Link down below as always to credit WWE for piecing this together. They screwed up again. They didn't show an actual, video clip here. But Cody Rhodes opened up the show. Then the Judgment Day came out. Then it was 3-on-1. But then Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn came out to even out the odds. And the Judgment Day started to back down. And what they failed to recap here on the results, which is why it's good to listen to me and not just what you see on WWE here. This is where JD McNugget came out with the chair and said, hey, man, Finn, let's do this shit. Now it's 4-4. They got in. And then it ended up that it was a brawl. It was really cool. But Damian Priest got a little bit of an ass whooping there, which later in a backstage, little bit of a scenario there, yelled at JD and told him, adios, muchachos. Get out. Because he's really pissed off and he's really laying it into them. And Finn Balor doesn't like that. I know it's going to cause some more problems further down the road. But again, I want to talk about that because just reading this does not tell you the whole story. Big Bronson Reed defeats Otis. This was a good match. Two big boys moving around like smaller boys, and they're actually very similar in terms of stats. Their wingspan, they both weigh 330 pounds. I just love these guys. Otis can move. Bronson Reed can move. I'm just very, very impressed with the two of them. I really, really enjoy them. The whole Otis thing. He's a funny guy, and I just really, really enjoy it. I miss the Maximum Male Models when they were around, and Maxine Dupree was still their manager. And he would do like the photo shoot and all that to try and pose for a model. I miss those. Those are so awesome. And there could have been some moments with Tyler Breeze and Fandango, the Fashion Police, the Breezango, whatever they were called. One of my favorite tag teams of all time. Not a joke. Those two, underestimated, underappreciated, in my opinion. They could have done some kind of a big thing with the Maximum Male Models. Maybe it's a good thing I'm not a part of WWE Creative because I come up with some really weird shit. So that's that. Remember, when it comes to these recaps, I don't necessarily always have a lot to say about each match. I just don't. Tomato Paste and Ludwig Kaiserbun got into a match, and it was good. Just some classic, good old wrestling. Some good back and forth, and the tomato paste came up on top of the bun. Did you see what I did there? That's why my comedic career never took off, but that's okay. Because if I can make myself laugh, that's really all that matters. Because if you're not laughing, you're like, I didn't think that was funny. I don't recall selling you a ticket either, so I owe you nothing. I'm just trying to be a smartass. All right, so the next one, Tegan Knox. No idea who she is. I think she's from NXT. This was really good. This was really good, but not so good for Natalya. Again, Natalya is a former champ. Natalya is like really good. She's a veteran, but she's been getting jobbed hard as of late. And it's just sad to see. I don't think she's ever going to see gold again. She kind of reminds me of The Miz. Miz is relevant. Miz is amazing, but they're definitely not doing a good job of making him look good. He's doing a good job of putting all these people over, except now it's starting to lose its flavor. Same thing with Natalya. She's putting all these people over technically, but it's starting to lose weight the more and more you just keep getting defeated. I literally put them in the same category, Natalya and The Miz. Dolph Ziggler was even worse. He wasn't even around. And to me, that's criminal. But all in all, for Tegan, this was nice. This was nice. I think she's going to do good. It's like I said with Zoe Stark when I first saw her. I was like, something about her. I was like, she's going to be good, and she is. Very impressed with her. Tegan Knox will have to see. Well, at least for myself. But from what I saw so far, I was like, yeah, I think this is somebody that can hang out on the main roster, and that's good. Shinsuke Nakamura, again, chose a last man standing match against Seth fucking Rollins for WWE Fastlane. And as always, this guy to me could be in a movie. He has that charisma. He's so good. And with all due respect, because his native tongue, of course, is speaking Japanese, even with the facial expressions and everything, it doesn't feel forced or fake. He's just so good. I love this guy. Heel or face, it doesn't matter. It's Shin fucking Suke Nakamura. And I love him to death. And I can't wait to see him and Seth Rollins again in a last man standing match. Like, that is going to be some real cool stuff. Dirty Dom Mysterio defeats Dragon Lee to retain the NXT American title. Now, I got a little bit of an issue with this, and I'll explain why quickly. So this was a clean match, and I think that needed to happen because Dirty Dom is known as just that, being dirty and sneaky, and hey, look at this, and having mommy doing the distractions and all that, and it just kind of ruins the credibility. You can be a heel and still be able to do stuff on your own, and I really think that taking out someone like Dragon Lee, who, by the way, first time I see him, I think, it was his debut, but I think he's from NXT. Again, I don't know. I'm just being honest with you. I don't follow NXT. I don't have time. I was really impressed with Dragon Lee. When I first saw him, I was like, is this just going to be another Sin Cara or Rey Mysterio? But even Sin Cara back in the day, and from what I understand, there was 2 Sin Caras. The very first one, he used to run down the ramp and jump from the ground all the way over the top rope. That was some crazy shit. I really missed Sin Cara. I don't really know what ended up happening to that guy, but for obvious reasons, because of the mask, obviously Dragon Lee's going to remind me of that. But I was impressed with what I saw. I was like, yeah, very solid worker. And Ray pulled a Michael Cole there. Dominic Mysterio pulled off the win, and I really enjoyed that it was a clean win. What I didn't enjoy, is you've got 2... Was this his... is he a part of the roster now? I gotta be careful. Say he's a part of Monday Night Raw, like the roster. Then I have a problem with it because you have 2 Raw competitors fighting on Raw for a title that has nothing to do with the main roster. That's the part I don't like. Now, if Dragon Lee is an NXT competitor, then that's different because he could have taken it away from Dom and brought it back home. You see what I'm saying? So I've talked about this before, and that's where I stand. Like the whole Becky Lynch thing with Natalya, that was a stupid fucking match. Plain and simple. I don't care what the outcome is. You got 2 Raw women on Raw fighting over a title that has to do with NXT. Bring somebody up over, like Tegan Nox, for example, on Raw. Highlight, showcase some of that NXT talent on Raw for those like me that don't watch NXT. And then at the same time, go over there like Becky Lynch did, right? And take the title or compete for the title over there with somebody actually on NXT. So again, I don't know if he's a part of the main Raw roster, but if he is, again, this is no different than Becky Lynch and Natalya. A stupid match. Straight up. There's just no sugarcoating it. And I would tell Triple H that. To his face, what are you going to do? Try and give me a pedigree? His fucking pacemaker would go out of whack. That's me being a bit of a heel. I do that sometimes. I really get passionate into what I say. Nia Jax defeats Zoe Stark. Didn't like it. And it sounds rude, but I just don't like Nia Jax. I've never warmed up to her. I've just never cared about her. I don't hate her. Okay, so calm down. I have a bit of a thing against her. She's hurt a lot of people. Same thing with Ridge Holland. I get that things can happen. I'm not saying she didn't practice and get better, and I wish her all the best, of course. I wish best of luck to her competitors. I've just never warmed up to her. That's okay. That can happen. I can't love everybody on the same level, right? I just wish that Zoe would have won. That's all. Just Zoe. But that's not how it worked out. They're giving her too big of a push, and I don't think she's ready for it or deserves it. You got to build a bit of a story. Look what they did with Cody Rhodes. Got to finish the story. He was gone for a long time. Taurus Peck came back. Still hasn't finished a story. They're going to have her finish her story. She's not even talking about it. So no, I don't think she's ready. She better not dethrone Rhea Ripley and just go around squatting on everybody. You're not Earthquake. So that's that. This was interesting. Drew got confronted by the New Day on Miz TV, and then Drew defeated Kofi Kingston. So it's like Drew was telling Miz, you know what? I'm nothing like you. Helps if I could speak properly. So that was a very face thing, like shut up. And then he gave him the Glasgow kiss, which is a headbutt. And he knocked him out. Poor old Miz. But he still went after Kofi Kingston, still doesn't trust Jey Uso. So it's kind of like an in-between. And then Jey Uso. Oh. Then Kofi Kingston got fed to Ivar. And he just walked away. Yeah, see? Drew McIntyre left the New Day to be bulldozed by Ivar. Because Ivar came out, took out Xavier Woods at ringside. And that was a bit of a heel move because it is 2 weeks in a row that Drew McIntyre does that. First it was with Jey Uso, and now with the New Day. So he's like an in-between. I don't know what's going on, but that is a very interesting thing to do, to be like half heel, half face. You don't see that too often. You're seeing it with Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Because again, everybody wants to high-five them. They're high-fiving him. You normally don't do that. One of the first people I think that's revolutionized that is Logan frickin' Paul. Seriously, not a lot of people like him, but for the few people that still cheer for him, he interacts with them and all that kind of stuff. And I think it's cool to do that, right? Just because you're the heel doesn't mean you can't cheer them or want to high-five them. But it's going to be interesting to see the direction of where Drew McIntyre goes in terms of his persona, heel or face. So there you have it. And then the moonsault. Ivar impresses me a lot. We get to see a lot more of him when it's just one-on-one. Really, really liking it. The Judgment Day, unfortunately, defeated KO and Sami Zayn to retain after JD McNugget bonked Sami in the noggin with the Tag Team Championship. But Cody Rhodes came out, everybody to help out. Same thing with Jey Uso. Then they got taken out back. Then they came back out front. And then the whole thing ended up in a complete clusterfuck. It was, is that Davari? No, could be. Because I know people from J&J Securities. That's Gregory Helps? No. I know who that is. I know who these people are. They can't fuck with me. I know who they are. Anyhow, it ended up in complete chaos. And that's not me. But we'll pretend like it is. It's Adam Pearce. I only wish I was there. I wish that was my role. I wish I was Adam Pearce, had that role, or I was a ref, or something, some kind of manager or whatever. So I enjoyed myself. All in all, this had some elements of entertainment. It had the E in WWE. Was it perfect? When is it ever perfect? When is it ever perfect? Right? So there you have it. Oh yeah, then there was the little backstage thing, and then Chad Gables was talking in different languages to Kaiser Bun. I call him Kaiser Bun because Kaiser is a type of bun. Get it? And then Tommaso, tomato bun. Anyways. ADHD, okay? This is what you get. This is what you get. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this was interesting. Yeah, I think I covered everything. That was a long time ago. That's back when, yeah, that was a couple of years ago. I was going to say when Sheamus had the mask on his face. All right, well, that's it. As always, if you like the video, thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm and making me a little bit more relevant in the search results when people are looking shit up. You didn't like the video? Go ahead. You know it's coming. Give it a thumbs down. We'll bend it in half. We'll twist it. But while it's in your ass, Ivar's going to moonsault off the top rope with that thumb in your... It's going to snap it off that way. Okay? And if you want to subscribe to the channel... Exactly. I don't even need to finish that sentence. Obviously, I want you to. And if not, whatever. Happens most of the time. Take care, and maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.